Um, so this is a story about a fart. Don't vote for me. It's a story about a fart. I went to a Catholic school. It's called St. Thomas Aquinas. I've talked about it before. And I went there from the third grade until the seventh grade. And it was pretty horrible. It was very, very intense for me, but I had good friends. And by the time I got into the sixth grade, I kind of had the lay of the land. I understood what was going on. And my teacher was very, very strict, especially when it came to literature. And in her classroom, it was silent. If you're reading a book, quiet. If you're taking a test, quiet. If she's giving a lecture, quiet. And if you made a noise, you got in trouble. And she would post your grades on the wall outside so everybody could see it. It was intense. Her name was Miss Dreffs. She sucked. I still have issues. But we're taking a quiz in her class one day. And I got my boys around me. I got Jahan Noon, Vinny Paflick-Murray, Dominic Sinacropi. That was my crew. We just hung together. And we're taking our quiz, and it's quiet. And it's the kind of quiet where if you coughed, she would send you out of the room. If you dropped your pencil, she would send you out of the room. Okay? It's intense. So don't know why you're clapping on that. So it's intense, right? Taking the test, and all of a sudden, Miss Dreffs just farts. It's one thunderous fart. And it shook us. It shook us. Because we were just like, what's happening? We're in the sixth grade, right? We're in a Catholic school. Jesus isn't funny. There's nothing funny about Jesus. And this woman who's so intense farted so loud. And we knew we were in trouble. And we're looking at each other. No. And it was a time game. It was like, who's gonna break first? Whoever does, that person is fucked. So I felt pretty good. I was like, okay, like farts are funny, bread and butter, sixth grade, love it. And I'm thinking it's gonna be Dominic, but then Mrs. Dreffs says, excuse me. She says, excuse me, and I fucking lost it. I don't know why, like it's not really funny if you think about it, but it made all of you laugh, and it made me laugh. She's just as red, and she says, excuse me, and she didn't even look up. She's still doing whatever she was doing at her giant wooden desk. She says, excuse me, I lose it, right? My boys are like, and she just slams her desk. Mr. Williams! Stood up, walked out of the room, went to the principal's office. Principal is Miss Dion. Miss Dion was a former nun. Red hair, I can't even describe it. It was like a ball. It's a ball of hair, glasses. Miss Dion is 6'1", and she's healthy. She's 6'1". I walk in there, and she's surprised, because I didn't get in trouble. She's like, Mr. Williams, sit down. Where are you coming from? I was in Miss Dreff's class. What happened? What did you do? I was like, I didn't do anything. She's like, what happened, Mr. Williams? Like, I feel her getting irritated at me. I said, Miss Dion, Miss Dreffs farted. And she takes her glasses off. She kind of puts it in her mouth, like the edge in her mouth a little bit, and she just goes, "What?" And I'm thinking, okay, I said farted in a Catholic school. Is that a bad word? So I say, "Miss Dion, Miss Dreff's passed gas." And she just looks at me, puts her glasses back on, and just kind of goes. And I was like, "What?" She's like, "Go back to class, Mr. Williams. You can go back to class." And I was like, "Okay." So I kind of go to the door, and I'm just waiting. It's one of those wood doors with the glass pane, just heavy, just a heavy door. She could open it easily. And I get to the doorway, and she goes, "Mr. Williams." And I was like, "Yeah." And she looks at me, and she just goes, "Farts are funny."